going to do it right now. All right, so good morning. I have my host who is hiding at the moment, but hopefully she'll come, her camera will come on and I can say good morning to her. I want to say good morning to everybody. We're here again. We're here again on the live show. And you know what? Live, live is life. And I'm going to bring on our host today so that we can see her. Oh man, you got that glowing face there. You're smiling. You're saying health. I can see $1 billion body. Oh my God, our bodies are so expensive. So expensive. Sharon, I know you're on mute, so I'm probably going to unmute yourself so that we can hear your glow and your glowing voice. So good morning, Sharon. How are you doing?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good morning, Tony. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here today. Yes,
Great.
we are here for a purpose. Yes, you can see my $1 billion body.
Yeah.
That's what we are worth. More than $1 billion, actually, Tony.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. You know that our bodies cost more than real estate, you know?
Yes.
You know, the hype at the moment in Nigeria is real estate. Buy land, buy land.
Absolutely.
You can't buy this body. Can't buy this body. Yeah. So you need to
Not
protect
at
it.
all.
If you can't buy it, you need to protect it. Okay. So Sharon, what's happening today? What's happening today?
Wow, have we got a bumper packed session for you today? It's a special day tomorrow, so we focused on our special people for tomorrow, which you're going to hear about. And there's so much information, so I would advise you all to get your notepad and pens and write the things down because, as Tony has said, life is for living. You saw the
Sharon,
video?
Sharon,
Yes.
did you say special people? We're celebrating special.
Very special people tomorrow.
Can I hear who the special people are? I just need to hear
Oh,
it. I just need to hear it.
our wonderful fathers.
Oh my God.
Wonderful
Oh my
fathers.
God. We're celebrating fathers. Oh,
Very special.
I'm so feeling special. It only happens once a year for fathers. So Father's Sunday, Father's Day, and today's program is dedicated to you. I am excited. I'm a father.
Yes.
I'm a
Yes.
father of many children. Yeah. And
Yes.
I also am a father in business. So I'm excited. You know what, fathers, we have to take this seriously. We need to celebrate because you know what? We only get celebrated once a year. You know, the mothers, they get celebrated Mother's Day and every day of the year. But fathers, we only have one day. So let's
Exactly.
celebrate this.
Exactly.
So
Special people,
exactly,
fathers. Yeah,
exactly.
very special.
Okay, so Sean, carry on. So let's get started.
Okay. Yeah, let's get started. Let's do what we need to do
I think I
for a
heard the music like
happier,
that.
super you.
Superfood for Super
Super.
You Show. Listen,
Yes.
fathers, you are super. Mothers, you are super. Children, you are super. But guess what? To stay super, you need to have superfood for Super You. Okay, okay. So we're kicking off now. Over to you, Sharon.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. If you're here, my name is Sharon Rahman. I'm heading up the Health Restore program and the Champions of the World. So I think we need to be champions of the world in our health. So we're going to be talking about lots of things today, starting off with Tony and I. And please, can you actually take time out to put any questions you might have in the chat box at the bottom? We welcome you all. If you're new today, most welcome. If you are one of our regulars, welcome to Superfood for Super You. Okay, Tony.
Okay, so Sharon, just to let everybody know, uh, tomorrow's Father's Day, and you know, men generally don't take care of their health. Not all men, I'm just saying generally they don't take care of their health. Usually, when men take care of their health, is usually when something is wrong or when they're not feeling right. Yeah, and what
Yes.
we're trying to promote here is we're trying to promote people to look rather than wait and react to illness. Why don't we be proactive in wellness? And Sharon's going to share some stats with you today. I mean, the stats for Nigeria are not looking good. Yeah. The average life expectancy at the moment, Sharon, what age is it in Nigeria at the moment?
It's 57 years young.
Well, I'm glad you used the word young because it is
Yes.
not old. It is not old. Yeah. And the kind of things that are happening to make this possible, yeah, are what are like, for example, we talk about what's the stats for some of these lifestyle
Okay.
diseases?
Yes. So there are several lifestyle diseases. Do you know, Tony, diabetes? One person is diagnosed with diabetes every 2 minutes in Nigeria. That's
Wow,
one
we
person.
wow. That means
Every
while
minute.
we've been on the show, Sharon, there are 5 people that have been diagnosed with diabetes. 10 minutes so far. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow,
When you put
terrible.
it like that, it's frightening.
Okay.
And then we have high blood pressure. Do you know that high blood pressure puts 1 in 4 Nigerians at risk every day? 1 in 4. And then around 9 out of 10 Nigerians are unaware that they have high blood pressure. So they're walking around not knowing they have high blood pressure.
Wow. Wow. Look,
Those,
1 in 4. 1 in 4. Wow. And then the worst thing about it is some people don't have it. They call that, and Jeremiah will talk about it later, the silent killer. We're going to talk about high blood pressure later. The silent killer, man. Okay, so Sharon, what's another one that we
yes.
can share
And
with?
then another one is that word cancer, the C word. Now, did you know? Shockingly, 10 Nigerians die every hour. Every single hour, 10 Nigerians, male, female, child, 10 every hour. I
Sharon,
don't, well,
Sharon, you know, um, I'm shaking my head because we got some bad news this week.
absolutely.
And it's terrible to know that someone as young and as somebody with a lot of a future ahead passed away this week with cancer. Yeah. And it's sad. And I think she was in her 20s, if I'm right. Yeah.
20.
20 something. Yeah. So, cancer is real in Nigeria. This is in Nigeria. And we need to use a show like this to help people. Yeah. Understand that some of these cancers are preventable and a lot of the deaths are avoidable. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for that. And we're going to be talking about prostate cancer for men today. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And then we have obesity. 1 in 4 adults in Nigeria are obese, and 1 in 10 children in Nigeria are obese by the age of 4.
Wow. You
That's
know,
another shocking
yeah.
statistic.
Sharon, I don't really agree with the way they measure obesity,
Okay.
because it's a kind of European thing. But I understand the stats. I understand we are overweight
Yes.
and we need to do something about it. But personally, I don't believe too much in the BMI because I feel that as Black people or as people of color, should we say, yeah, we're a little bit differently structured. Because when I found out what my body weight should be, yeah, yeah, for my height, I'd look like a pole. But come on, let's use common sense with obesity. Common sense is when you're fat, yeah, and you need to do something about it because it's linked to many other lifestyle diseases. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Sharon, anything else you want to share with us on the stats?
No, just that's to alert people that we are here to provide information, knowledge on the types of foods that can take you out of those statistics.
Fantastic.
Or at least
Fantastic.
we work towards you being out of the statistics.
All right. And as a scientist and medical and doctors say that all these things have one thing in common.
Yeah.
One thing in common. And they're linked to our lifestyle. Yeah. They're linked to our foods. We're linked to what we consume. So by you coming on the show, you can start looking about how you can avoid these things too. Okay, so we don't want to waste too much time with people listening to us because I mean, you're looking so glowing, you're looking so healthy. I think you've actually been doing go green because
Every day,
I
every
can see
day.
your face is looking green. Your face is looking green. And guys, before I came on the show, I had to get my green. Yeah, guys, you know what this green is? My God. Hmm. It's bitter, but it's
Mm.
sweet. It's bitter on the outside, but sweet on the inside. You know what that means? It means, sometimes you have to take some things that are bitter to be able to repair your inside. And that's what Go Green is about. Let's go green. Okay, so Sharon, so we're going to introduce our nutritionist.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have.
And our nutritionist is going to be a bumper. We usually do one topic. How many topics
Yeah,
are we doing today?
we're doing 4. We
Four
are doing
topics today.
4.
What are the topics? One of them is
Hypertension,
hypertension,
blood pressure, prostate cancer,
prostate,
and there's so
heart
many.
disease,
Heart disease,
heart
yes.
disease, stress. Man, we get stressed. Oh man, you know what I said? When I was born a man, I said, whoa, that's a big responsibility. Yeah. And I'm not saying, ladies out there, that we're different. Yeah. No, we are different. Yeah. Yeah. But guess what? Guess what? The responsibility of a man in the Nigeria is to be able to be like the man, the lion, the hunter. Yeah. If there is no food on the table, everybody looks at the man. Yeah. If there's a problem with finance, everybody looks at the man. So we get a lot of stress. Even though women go out there, you're powerful, you make the money. But let me tell you something, is there a problem in the house and there's no money in the house, they're looking at the man. First. Okay, so we get stressed, so that's one thing. So Jeremiah, let's see if we can get Jeremiah. Jeremiah's hiding in the background somewhere. So Jeremiah, I know it's a tough day for you today. Can we see your video camera on? And we're gonna add you to the spotlight.
There
Here we
he
go.
is. There he
Hey,
is.
Jeremiah, can you come a little bit closer to the screen because you look like you're fading away in your background. Yeah, we want to see that. So Jeremiah, how you doing? And I know you're not mute. I know you're muted, and I know you're muted. So we're waiting for you to do what you normally do, which is unmute yourself. Yeah. So we're getting Jeremiah. So Jeremiah, good morning.
Morning, Tony.
How are you doing?
Madam Sharon, I'm doing very excited today.
Oh man, Jeremiah, I need more energy. I need more energy because this is Father's Day. Yeah, I know you're
This
not
is
a
Father's Day.
I know you're not a no. Today's not Father's Day, but this is dedicated towards Father's Day. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know you're a man, and I know you're not a father yet. Yeah, but you will be a father one day, and you'll understand how I feel. You'll understand why I need the energy. Okay, so
I
Jeremiah,
understand.
over to you. Over to
Yes,
you.
yes.
What's
Yeah,
happening?
happy Father's Day. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Good.
We're going to be talking about sickness related to men and fathers. So,
Wow.
like you said, soon to be father.
So dedicated father, dedicated
Yeah.
Father's Day. Guys, you know what? Men, please take care of yourself. Yeah. Stop thinking the project is the most important thing you have to do in your life. The biggest project you have is yourself because guess what? Should your project outlive you or should you outlive your project? Please, there's many projects that outlive people because they haven't taken care of their health. Okay, so Jeremiah, I'm going to share your slides so that you can get going. Yeah. So if you see your slides, just let me know so that we can get going. So let me just see if I can. And is there anything you want to say to the people before we get started? Anything? Any nuggets?
Okay. Yeah, just like you said, honestly, if your body is down, you can actually do those projects. So it's very, very important to keep your body healthy for you to work on those projects. So we focus more on the project rather than our health. So we need to keep our body healthy to be able to work out on those projects.
Guys, you can see that flyer on there. Look at that young man, handsome man. Look at that handsome boy. Yeah. Do you know whose son that is? That is my son. Yeah. Yeah. Look how safe my son feels holding my hand. Yeah. Guess what that means? That means that I am a father. Yeah. So guys, let's go for you. Let's go for it, Jeremiah. Over to you. Yeah.
Yes. So today we're talking about illnesses related to men and fathers. One of the things we'll be looking at is the prostate cancer. And the prostate cancer is a cancer of the prostate gland. And we know cancer is when the abnormal cells begins to divide and grow in an uncontrollable way. And these cells can grow into surrounding tissues and organs and spread to other areas of the body. So we know the prostate gland is the part of the male reproductive system. And one of the things we found out that is that as men get older, the higher the risk of them of developing this cancer. And 63% of these cancer cases among men are actually preventable, and 7% of deaths due to this cancer are also preventable through our diet, which is a very, very good news to us. And we also talked about the enlarged prostate, and that enlarged prostate means there's an increase in the size of the prostate, but this isn't caused by the cancer. The medical term for this, the enlarged prostate, is benign prostatic enlargement. So you could see that your urethra begins to get narrow, and there's increase in numbers of cells in the prostate tissue. So it causes it to be enlarged.
Wow. Wow. So Jeremiah, I don't know whether Sharon, do you have anything to say on that? Jeremiah's
That's very
given us
powerful information. Very, very powerful information. Even me, I've kind of learned a lot about the difference between prostate cancer and enlarged prostate. It's Father's Day tomorrow, so fathers have to really take care of themselves, and we need to help and advise to get them on that track. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Okay, one of the things is, as a father, you hear about prostate when you get older. Yeah, and like you said, the good news for us is it's preventable. It's preventable.
Yes.
So that's good news for all of us. Some of the symptoms, how would somebody know that they have, how would somebody know that they have it? For example, maybe I think they say something like especially in large prostate, the swells, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So therefore, to urinate is a little bit harder, yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think it's good to know that too. So thanks for sharing that with us, yeah, and what I saw there, the stats I saw there that you had on the screen were also amazing. You mentioned that there were preventable, you can be prevented, and deaths can be avoided also.
Yes.
And I remember you saying, which I'm going to put on the screen again, 63% of cancer cases amongst men are preventable. Yeah, imagine that 63% are preventable by you being on a show like this and getting education and making awareness. And also, the deaths of cancer, 67% are preventable through diet. Okay, are preventable. Wow, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so Jeremiah, over to you. The next part of it you want to share with us.
Okay, and 48,000 health professionals went on a study because of this cancer rate, and the Harvard study on milk with a sample of 48,000 health professionals, like I said, they came up with a study on milk, and they found out that milk increased the level of IGF in your blood, which means the insulin-like growth factor 1. And what that does, that it stimulates the growth of these cancer cells in your body. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I think this needs to be left on the screen for a bit. So what we're saying is a Harvard study was done where they took 48 health professionals, 48,000, not even 48,000 health professionals. And they got some to like drink milk and some not to. And they found amongst the people that drank milk, am I right, that there's 60% higher risk of prostate cancer. Wow. Sean, what do you have to say?
All I can say is that when I see stats like this, I'm so happy that I don't take any milk at all. I take milk that has no dairy inside it. So, but
wow.
this is
so we're having a little bit of background noise. I think Jeremiah, is it on your side? I think
no.
oh, we're having a bit of background noise. I don't know whose side it is. So please, if it's not, if it's possible that we can make sure that we don't get background noise on the channel. Yeah, I think I've muted everybody, so it can only be one of us. Okay. Let me just see. So Jeremiah, guys, I thought I saw the inspector something of police somewhere on your slide because I saw IG or something. What was that? IG something. What was that?
IGF or
Oh, IGF. Sorry, it's not the inspector. Okay, I thought it was like a police. You know, in Nigeria, you say IG or something like this. Yeah, yeah. So look, IGF-1. I never knew about IGF-1, which stands for insulin growth factor. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, wow. And what it does, the milk increases the level of IGF-1 into the blood that stimulates the growth of cancer cells. And that was done by Dr. Neil Bernard. Wow, that's the person that actually we follow in terms of doing our Health Restore program, where we're doing totally vegan free, totally, sorry, vegan, sorry. Okay, so on that note, just want to move to the next slide for you. Okay. So anyone that drinks milk, yeah, I've talked about milk. I've talked about milk before. Are you a cow? Are you a baby cow? Yeah, because if you're a baby cow, this doesn't happen to you. But if you're a human being, guess what happens? You get an increased level of IGF-1. Okay, so you're going to share.
Tony.
Yep.
Sorry, just wanted to say that there's somebody on the call who's just messaged that they stopped taking milk 10 years ago. Or anything he suspects with milk, stop taking it. So that's good news. That's excellent news.
Well, yeah, let's say you're IGF-1 free.
IGF-1 free.
Is that a new? That's a new acronym?
Yeah,
okay.
IGF-1 free.
Okay. So now over to you, Jeremiah.
Okay. That was a very good testimony from that. I think he is aware and he's taking action. That's the most important part. Taking action towards these things that you are aware of. And also we're talking about the predisposing factor to prostate cancer. So it can be hereditary. Then unhealthy diet, like we talked about, the milk can also predispose you to this cancer. Then age, like we said, as men get older, they tend to have higher risks of coming up with cancer, and it's common after the age of 50. So, and like the symptoms we talked about, like to know if you are on with this prostate cancer or enlarged prostate, you get frequent urination, especially at night. You have weak urine flow, like the flow starts and stops, like comes interval. Then you also have pain or burning when you urinate, and also pain for ejaculation. And you also have blood in the urine, and you also come up with back, chest, or hip pain. So these are the symptoms you get when you are predisposed to prostate cancer. And also, we quickly go to the food to limit or avoid. So like we said, the good news is that this can be preventable by the food we take in and food we take out. So like, for example, dairy and dairy products. So like the cow milk we talked about because of the IGF-1. So we see what it does. So it stimulates the growth of the cancer cell. The cheese, the yogurt, the butter, the margarine, most of these things are also the dairy products. So they are present in all those things, and they also can stimulate the growth of these cancer cells. There are also food that are fattening, your beef, your pork, your red and processed meat, your sausage, bacon, etc. So other things are the things we need to avoid in order not to stimulate the growth of these cancer cells. And also have food that are also recommended for you, so I'll be able to eat and also help you fight these cancer cells. So have food that are high in fiber, for example, your beans, very, very great source of fiber, powerhouse of fiber. We have food that are high in antioxidants, very, very important because these help you fight those cancerous cells. For example, you have your tomatoes, your berries, your carrots, your potatoes, and your watermelon. And one good thing about the tomato is that they contain a substance called lycopene. So this lycopene is getting when you cook these tomatoes. And people take tomatoes raw, some people take it using like a smoothie, but what you need inside can be getting 4 times better when it's being cooked. So it's important to know that your tomato is very, very powerful. That antioxidant is very, very powerful to fight these cancerous cells. And also your vegetables, you have your broccoli, your cabbage, your kale, and other green leaf vegetables you can get around. Your whole grains like your rice, your oats, your millet, and your corn. And a research came that people that are likely, they're not prone to this cancer cell, like most people in China. So they begin to do a study on what they take most that actually help them. And they find out that they take their rice, and that rice also helps them to fight against cancer. And one important thing to know about it is our water. Very, very, very important that you take in water for dehydration, for flushing out toxins and all this. So it's important to know these things.
Fantastic. This is great information. Great information. Sharon, do you want to ask any questions?
Yes, I just want to ask, water, people do drink water. So do you know what the recommendation is for drinking water every day? How many bottles of water? How many bottles of water per day is recommended?
Sorry, just like I can answer this question very well, actually, because I went for a checkup just last week. Is there any bottle recommendation, Jeremiah?
We can say 5 liter upward.
Okay.
5
Well,
liters.
I know you should drink as much as you can.
Yeah.
Drink as much as you can, because water is fantastic. But don't just drink any water. Yeah, drink good water. One of the things is we have one of our clients that is the owner of a water company, and it's an alkaline water, and that water is great. Yeah, and also take it through your water through any kind of treatment. There's lots of treatments, there's lots of filters, there's lots of things you can do to the water to make it even more powerful. Yeah, and I think but water is very important for us. Water is very, very important. So thanks for sharing that with us, Jeremiah. Yeah, and people are happy. People are happy because when you know that the knowledge can help you prevent or help you manage or reverse a lifestyle disease, then you can be a little bit more happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any more questions? Any more questions? Sean? Okay. So we're going to go on to the next slide, Jeremiah. What's the next topic, Jeremiah?
High blood pressure and hypertension.
Okay, the big silent one. The big silent one.
Okay, so this is another illness that's common among men. Very, very common. So we have the high blood pressure and hypertension. The thing is that they are similar and related, but they are not actually the same. So high blood pressure is the measurement of the elevated blood pressure in the body, while hypertension is the state of chronically elevated blood pressure, and that condition needs to be monitored and treated. So hypertension is often referred to as the silent killer because you can have high blood pressure for a long time and have no symptoms, even while the high blood pressure are doing damage to your body. And the normal blood pressure level what we have is 120/80 millimeter of mercury, and values significantly elevate both higher and lower. So when we talk about hypertension, what we get concerned is that when the value gets up to 140 from the top and the values at the bottom gets to more than 90, we need to be very, very concerned on that. And the thing is that high blood pressure has no symptoms. So over time, if it's not treated well, it can come up with health conditions such as heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure.
Whoa. Every man needs to listen to this one because I know lots of men, unfortunately, that are no longer with us because of high blood pressure and hypertension. And, I like the fact that you said, you showed us the difference between the two, because that means that somebody can have high blood pressure. From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, someone can have high blood pressure but not have hypertension. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a thing about it, you can have high blood pressure now, but tomorrow you might not have high blood pressure. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very right. Yes.
So just to understand it is like hypertension comes when that high blood pressure is is high for a long period of
Very
time,
right.
a sustained period of time,
Very right.
and
Yes.
that's when that hypertension comes
Pressure comes
into it.
in.
Wow. And look, in Nigeria, we've got to start listening to this because it's a silent killer, but it's not just silent, it's a big killer because a lot of people, unfortunately, as Sharon said, when it comes to high blood pressure, 1 in 4 Nigerians are at risk every day. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's our lifestyle, it's whatever we're doing. So Sharon, you want to ask any questions on that?
Yeah, whilst we're focusing on Father's Day and saying that this does affect the men, it also affects the women, am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Yes. So these things that you've shared with us also are wake-up calls for our women as well, not just the men.
Well, Sharon, yeah, this is dedicated to Father's Day. We know
Yes,
that
I
the
know.
women are affected, and let me just say, let me help you with women's stats because I think Jeremiah was biased because it's Father's Day, yeah, and he told us that for men, 63% of cancer cases are preventable. That's what he said. And he said 67% of cancer deaths are potentially avoidable. Some of the women may be saying, well, what about women? What about women? Yeah.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
tell you about women. Let me tell you about women. Like, even though it's Father's Day tomorrow, it can still be Women's Day today. Okay. So look, for women, 41% of cancer cases are preventable. And 59% of cancers deaths are potentially avoidable. Yeah. So that's for women. So is that okay, Sharon? Are you
Yes,
happy with
let's
that?
not forget the women. Thank
Yeah.
you, Tony. I
Yeah, but it's
appreciate
Father's Day tomorrow. Let me remind you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So guys, sorry about the chat. Yeah,
Mm.
we're having a fight between fathers and mothers. Okay. So over to you, Jeremiah.
Yes. That's a good one. Mr. Tony, thanks for the stats. So we just quickly look at the predisposing factor to high blood pressure or hypertension. So now we have hereditary. It can be passed from generation to generation. Then obesity is one of the factors that can predispose you to high blood pressure or hypertension. Diabetes, stress, we will come into very soon. We're going to talk about that very soon. Smoking and irregular health checkup. So most people don't go for checkup. And like I said, it's a silent killer. So if you don't go for checkup, it kills you silently. So, and we're going to go quickly into the food we need to limit or avoid. So one thing we need to limit avoid is high sodium foods, like your table salt, your processed food, or your canned food. So your high sodium food stimulates hormones that increases the blood pressure. Then your high fat food, like we said, example, like your cow milk, your cheese, your beef, your red and processed meat, your pork. So you need to take away your fats. And if you're also fighting, like you said, obesity can predispose you to this kind of sickness. So high fat food needs to be eliminated. So what are the food we need to take in to help us with this high blood pressure? We have food that are high in potassium. So if you're taking away the sodium, you're bringing in the potassium. Potassium helps you bring your sodium balance inside of your body. So for example, we have our potatoes, your bananas, and your lettuce are food that are high in potassium. Then we have our high fiber food, your beans, your vegetables, your whole grains, your fruits, and most especially your water.
Wow.
Wow.
We've got a lot of stuff there.
Yes.
I like the fact that for the sodium, I mean, the sodium, salt, a lot of foods. One of the problems that we have is we have a taste bud where that taste bud is used to salt, a lot of salt. And one of the biggest problems we have is sometimes we are cooking our food with salt, and our food already has salt in it already. Yeah. So then we're getting a double dosage of salt. And what we're trying to do is everyone needs to start avoiding or reducing the amount of salt they have. The other thing that you mentioned was the fats. The fats, you know, the saturated fats and all these things are affecting us with all these things. Trans fats and those things. So Sharon, do you want to say anything on?
Yes, I just wanted to ask, you're talking about having regular health checks. So what's the recommended frequency of having a check? How many times in a year is good to have a health check? And is there a particular age range that you should start from? Because, you know, young people nowadays, they say, oh, well, I'm okay. I don't need to do all that now. So what's the advice that you'd give?
Okay, for the first, at the age range, I think you can start at early 20s because we've heard of people dying at that age. Like I think last month I heard of 2 guys that died at the age of 27 due to high blood pressure or hypertension. So at that very tender age, you need to be checking your health regularly, like 3 months interval, 3 months, then check again for the next 3 months. I think that's very, very important to know.
Okay, great.
I think one of the things that you can do when you get to my age, yeah, and I'm not going to say how young I am, yeah, yeah, then you can have it at home and test yourself once a week or twice a week, yeah, for high blood pressure anyway. You can test yourself with that. So that's a record. That's what I recommend. And guys some of you are living with high blood pressure. You know I don't agree with that. I think we need to find the source of the problem. Yes. And then we need to deal with the source of the problem by giving it the right medicine. And the right medicine we're talking about is food. You know, we have a lot of people out there that have high blood pressure and they are focusing just on the medication solution, which is okay. You have the medication solution, yeah? But the medication solution is not solving the high blood pressure. It's just making sure that you can manage and control what it can do to you. Yeah. But the real problem, the real source of the problem we need to deal with is some of the foods that you're eating. And like Jeremiah says, the salts, we need to reduce that, the fats intakes. And then we need to now increase, like Jeremiah said, the fiber in our diet. Yeah. And also we need to drink more water. So get out the salt, get out the fats, and bring in the fiber, bring in the water, bring in. Did you say antioxidants? I think that I might have heard some antioxidants there. Yeah. Potassium,
yes. That's high potassium.
Yeah. Yeah. There was one question that I was going to ask before. You don't mind me reversing a little bit. You know, on prostate.
Yes.
Cancer. You mentioned tomatoes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned antioxidants, but you know the biggest misconception with a lot of people is they hear tomatoes and guess what they do? They go out there and they go and buy tomatoes and start eating tomatoes, or start juicing tomatoes, or start smoothing tomatoes. But you mentioned that the power in the tomatoes comes out of the tomatoes when you do what to it? You said something.
When you cook them. Yeah, when you cook them.
When you cook them. When you cook them.
Yes.
So when you cook them, what is it that means the tomatoes release something that they don't release when it's not cooked? What is it that they release?
The lycopene. It's a compound that helps you fight the cancer.
The lycopene. I've heard that thing. It's like a pin, isn't it? Lycopene. Lycopene. Yeah. That then helps. So guys, you don't go and buy tomatoes and start eating tomatoes. Yeah, we've got to start cooking them and getting the best. It releases something called lycopene that helps you. That helps the cancer itself, fight cancer. And also, by the way, don't cook it so that you kill it. Yeah, some of you are going to cook it at high heat. You're going to get tomatoes. Say it's okay. Then this is what you're going to do. Listen to what they're going to do, Jeremiah. So you've got to be careful with it. Because I've been in Nigeria for a while, so I know Nigerians. What they're going to do is say, we can get tomatoes. You know what? Let's go and get tomatoes. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to cook stew. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to put fat. They're going to put oil in the pan. They're going to fry that oil so hot so that it turns from good oil to bad oil. It turns from good oil to trans fats, which are bad for our arteries. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, now, let me throw my tomato in there and fry that tomato. Guess what's happening? That tomato is now surrounded with fat. And then the lycopene is now suffering, and I don't know what the lycopene does, and it doesn't work for us. Guys, you want to know how to fry your tomato without oil, you need to book a presentation with me. Because guess what? Salad Master sponsor the show. Salad Master Nigeria Healthy Living Show sponsor the show. You need to go see that, because a lot of us are eating the right things, but we're preparing them the wrong way. And so therefore, we don't know why we're not getting results. Yeah, that's the key thing. So Jeremiah, over to you.
Yes.
Can I just there's a couple of notifications, questions actually. One is it's to do with hypertension. Can someone develop hypertension after attaining it for 60 years? And what are the side effects of high blood pressure, high blood measure of medication? I'm not sure.
Sorry. One thing about this. The first question I didn't understand.
Okay, so can someone develop hypertension after, I guess, having it for 56 years? Because you know we talked about separation of hypertension.
So but they're saying, can somebody have hypertension?
Can someone develop hypertension after attaining 56 years? I'm just reading it as it's written.
Okay, I'm not. I think they need to rewrite that question.
Okay, we can clarify that.
Because I think that if they're saying they have hypertension for 60 years and they get hypertension again after 60 years, okay. That's possible. Or if they're saying they have high blood pressure at the moment, and now after 60 years they have hypertension, again, that's another possibility, isn't it?
Yes.
So
well, I'm sure the person is hearing what you're saying. Cool. And then the same person is saying, what are the side effects of high blood pressure medication, I guess,
Okay, so, one of the things about medication, and I know Jeremiah doesn't like talking about medication because he's not a doctor, at the end of the day, medications, the medical doctors, and we have a great medical doctor called Dr. Dolly, and we're a number of doctors on board. So we work with the doctors and we advise you all to work with the doctors. So even if you're coming on any of our programs, Health Restore program, which is going to cut out some of these things, we still want you to go for your regular checks. We still want you to take your regular medication, but we want you to go for regular checks so that the doctors can see your improvement and then reduce your medication. So there are side effects on most medications. In fact, I've heard a doctor say there's side effects on all medications, but obviously that's something for the doctors. So thanks for that question.
Okay, and another question, is hypertension curable completely?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. You see, the thing is, at the end of the day, what is hypertension? One thing I say to a lot of people, and I'm very controversial when it comes to things like lifestyle diseases. I ask them the question, were you born with hypertension? Were you born with hypertension? Now, if you were not born with hypertension, how did the hypertension come to you? Now, if you answer that question the way I answer it, it came as a result of your lifestyle. So if you want it to go away, what needs to change? And that, if you answer it the way I answer it, your lifestyle. So based on that, I will ask you to make a decision whether it can be reversed, or whether it can be cured, or whether it can be suppressed. You decide. But I'm telling you one thing, if you follow what I say, and you change your lifestyle, you will live a great lifestyle. That's one thing.
And then the last question before I go into a very funny statement, the person is saying that a lot of medication drugs are being actually advertised on Facebook and other social media networks. Do they help? Do we know of any medication that can cure high blood pressure?
Well, if you had a medication that can cure high blood pressure, then how would the pharmaceutical companies make money?
Absolutely.
Because if you could take a tablet and you take it in and it cures high blood pressure, then how would the pharmaceutical company is going to make money. I love the pharmaceutical companies, so don't come after me, it's the pharmaceuticals. Yeah, yeah. Because I've used their products. Yeah, but guess what? It's a business model also. And I don't think any business person would go into a company where you could take a pill and it's gone. You still need to take it for the rest of your life. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Okay. So did you have,
Okay,
you said you had a funny statement?
Yeah, there's a funny statement. Somebody obviously is a male, not obviously, but he's a
Father.
male.
He's a father.
A father, he's a father. Okay. We'll make him into a father. He's saying that after today, because it's just what he needed to hear, and he said his new name is now Uncle Beans.
Uncle Beans. Yeah. Uncle Beans. Let me tell you something, Uncle Beans. I had some beans yesterday. I had some kidney beans yesterday. And guess what? They were mwah. They were lovely. They were lovely. Yeah. So okay. So Jeremiah, we sorry we hijacked your show. Over to you, Jeremiah. Sorry about that. I'm so what, Jeremiah, forgive me because it's Father's Day tomorrow, and fathers only get treated nice for one day. Yeah, in their life. So I am going to enjoy this day. And don't allow Sharon, the mother, to take over the show. Yeah.
Okay. So we quickly go to one of the illnesses that affects men mostly, majorly, is the heart disease. And this refers to any problem affecting your heart or your arteries. So we have so many conditions such as your coronary artery disease, like the high blood pressure we talked about, hypertension. We have cardiac arrest and heart failures. So these are heart disease that we've seen mostly in men. So we see men all of a sudden just collapse, all of a sudden faint. Is due to this sickness, this heart disease that are most common among them. And there are certain factors that expose them to this heart disease. We have those that inherited it, which are hereditary. We have the unhealthy diet of obesity, diabetes, stress, lack of exercise, and smoking. And also we have food that can also limit, we need to limit or avoid. For example, like we said, your high sodium food, since it's directly linked to hypertension, so you need to also take your sodium out of it. Then your high fat food, which we've gone through, we need to also take that out of it. And for taking high sodium food, we need to bring in high potassium food, high fiber food, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and don't forget your water.
Whoa, whoa. I mean, it's kind of simple. I think we're getting the message, Jeremiah. We're getting the message. Cut out. What was it? You said cut out
high sodium food.
High sodium food, high fat food. Wow. We're getting the message. And you know the worst thing about it, Jeremiah? In Nigeria, we have high sodium food and we have high fat food. And when you look at it carefully, when you want to make some soup, guess what you do? You put the oil in. You take it to high heat, isn't it? Yeah. So you've gone past what we call the smoking point. So it's turned into trans fat. It's turned into trans fat. Then you add the tomato, isn't it? And you add your peppers, you add your whatever, you have your onions or whatever. Yeah. That's all. That oil is now killing them. Yeah. And making them more kind of worse. And then guess what we do? We throw the salt in. And not only do we throw the salt in, we throw all these other ingredients in. And I'm not going to mention any name. Don't mention any brand names here, because I don't want to get into any trouble, because some of our customers sell that product and I want them to keep selling until they find another way of making money. Yeah. So, they throw it in there, and then guess what? Those extra ingredients, those extra seasoning have salt in them already.
Sodium, yes.
Yeah. Yes, and then guess what we do? We now fry the meat, and then we put that into the fried soup, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And then guess what? We want jollof rice. We fried the soup for the jollof rice. Put the rice in there, isn't it?
Yeah? Yes.
So we now say, right, we want some dodo, we want some plantain, isn't it? So guess what? We fried, and then now we have the ideal Nigerian meal.
Just food.
Fried rice or fried jollof rice with
Fried plantain.
fried plantain, and then
Fried
with some
oil.
soup. Bam. There we go. So we need to
Look
reduce
back
that.
of oil.
We need to change the
Yes.
way. Now, guys, I'm not, some people are going to say, so are you telling me I can't eat anymore? No, you can. But you know what? You need to change your approach. It's not you that's the problem. It's your approach that's the problem. Try and find, rather than use a pot that is going to be, you're going to use with oil in, find a nutritional cooking system. And this program is sponsored by Salad Master. That's why they do it for free. Yeah. And all our chefs use Salad Master. Find out what is the difference between your pot and a nutritional cooking system called Salad Master, which is the best in the world. Yeah. Don't settle for second best, by the way. There's some copycats. Don't settle for second best, the best. Okay, Jeremiah, over to you.
Yeah. Yes, so that's a very lot of information you've given there. So it's not just the food, it's our approach towards the food that makes us come up with this illness. So we're not literally saying don't eat again. We're trying to say limit or avoid these things totally. So finally, one of the illness common among men is stress. Man, stress. We've seen it a lot of men. I've seen it in my father, I've seen it in his friends, even at a very young age. Even young people do go through a lot, and they're stressed out. You see them, oh, I'm stressed out. So it's a state of worry or a mental tension caused by a difficult situation. But this is a natural human response. It prompts us to address challenge in certain situation over our lives. So everyone express stress to some degree. Even me too, I experience stress to some degree. So, but we just have to find a way to go over it.
You know what, Jeremiah? I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Can you see that? Can you see? I'm stressed, man. I'm stressed. That guys, let me tell you something. Jeremiah, you don't know what stress is. Don't talk about stress. All you young people don't know stress. Yeah, start having kids. Start having kids. Start losing your hair. Where do you think all this hair is? My children took all my hair. One child at a time. Each hair was going. Each hair. That is stress. Yeah, you understand? Everybody, you can't look. Us men, no stress. Yeah, and you know what, guys? If you have stress, look, you need to manage the stress, as Jeremiah says. You need to understand. It's that. Look, wait. This is Father's Day tomorrow. I know you're trying to get in here. Don't tell me women have stress. How many women's hair go? How many women's hair go? Don't tell me. Yeah, women are beginning to have stress. Don't worry, because women are becoming the head of the house nowadays. Yeah. So guess what? Their hair is falling out. So they're now understanding what men went through or used to go through. Okay, so Sharon, over to you.
Yeah, I had to put my hand up, Tony, because you know you stopped me from saying anything about the women. So I wasn't going to say that women also experience stress, which they do, but to a different level. But you know, as women, we manage our stress well.
Especially when a man's got the stress. Yeah. Check it. Look,
you
win. Yeah.
You win, Tony. It's Father's Day tomorrow.
Okay.
It's Father's Day.
Okay. So Jeremiah, you want to share some more information with us about stress and how what foods we can have? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So let's quickly talk how we could manage this. So first, talk about the causes of this stress. A lot of pressure can cause stress. And when we begin to face big changes in life, like Mr. Tony said, when you start to have children, so and actually be stressful at that point. So when
I left Jeremiah, sorry,
yes,
sorry, I left one thing out. Forgive me. Before the children, when you have a wife.
As if I know.
I was surprised you missed that one out.
When you have a wife,
I suspect
that is a lifetime of stress. It doesn't go away. It's a toothache. With a toothache, you can take the tooth out. You can't take the wife out. So that's another one. Sorry. It's Father's Day, so I'm allowed. Okay.
Yeah, you're allowed. That's a good one, though. And when you're worried about something, can stress. And when you don't have control over certain outcomes or situation, can also be stressful. When you begin to have responsibility that is overwhelming, very, very overwhelming, so it can cause you to come up with stress. And food you should limit to avoid, because when people come up with stress, they tend to eat whatever comes their way. They're tired, they don't have time to prepare, they don't have time to do things, to just eat whatever they like. So these are things that can predispose you to other sickness, like I said before, in hypertension and the rest. So it can also predispose you. So when you are stressed, you tend to eat whatever you like. So we need to avoid certain things when we're stressed, like our white sugar, our sweet drinks, our sweet tea, our junk food, our fried food. So we need to avoid certain things like that. Our high fat food, like your milk, your cheese, your red and the processed meats. So when you're stressed, you say, just give me anything I want to eat. Just give me anything. So we need to have this knowledge and avoid certain things, because what your body do when it's stressed is that it releases hormones, and those hormones tends to make your heart beat very, very fast. And when you begin to take all those foods, like a high fat food, your high sodium food, it causes more stress on your heart and can predispose you to other sickness, like your diabetes and obesity and the rest. So that's why you need to be careful what you eat when you are stressed, because that's how your body does. Your body produces hormone when it's being stressed. So what are the food we recommend? What are the things we recommend when you're stressed? First is rest. Take time to rest and relax your body. Relax your body. Then you can take your high fiber food, your vegetables, your fruits, your whole grains, and your water. Water helps your body to feel relaxed. It cools the temperature and regulates the temperature in your body. So your water is very, very, very important to take. So when you're stressed.
Well, yeah, there's some stressed fathers out there that are very happy with you right now, because you know what? They're relaxing. They're relaxing now.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know how long they can relax based on what they have to do today. But you've also shared like the fact that taking those foods like white sugar and so on, refined, those are refined sugars, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. They affect us. And also remember, from what I remember you saying before, stress can link to high blood pressure.
Yes.
You can raise your blood pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you're stressed and you already have high blood pressure, that could also cause problems for you. Yeah. And that's another thing. So that's good information. Water, oh man, water is very good for us. You know, alkaline water is even better. Yeah. So anyone that wants alkaline water, Sharon is the alkaline lady that will make sure you get alkaline water. Yeah. And so on. And I think you also shared with us, Sharon, you want to say something? Because I know it's not Mother's Day, but you might want to say something on behalf of the mothers.
No, I wasn't actually. Well, there's a statement that's made, and it says, you know, you're talking about wife could be one of the stress indicators. He's saying it's supposed to be the other way around, though.
So is that from a woman's perspective?
No, this is a man who's making this comment.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
It's
Well,
supposed to be the other way around.
All right. Well, congratulations, sir.
Yes.
You've done it. Okay.
No,
So,
carry on, Tony, it's fine.
fantastic. I think it's clear. It's clear. I think rest, like you said, high fiber, vegetables, you know, and get rid of the fats, too much fats. Yeah, which is the Health Restore program, really, in a nutshell, what you're saying. So, is there anything else before we wrap up? Anything else?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I quickly want to say something. So, like you said, I don't like talking about drugs because I'm not into those field. So somebody asked about getting a cure for high blood pressure. Well, what I can recommend for you, which is my own field of specialty, which is the food, is that you can come up on the Health Restore program, like Tony is always saying, and we can take you on a journey into wellness. And we can wean you off drugs. You don't need to take drug or supplements and any medication. Your food can be your medicine. So if you're looking for a cure, You can come on the Health Restore program, then we'll give you awareness and education, how you can move onto the journey of wellness, where you can wean off your drug or your supplement.
Wow.
Great.
You
Yeah,
can see
that's
my,
my-
you can see my, look, this is, look, guys, those of you that can't see, this is my cure. Can you see my cure? This is my cure. Yeah.
Yes,
Going green.
going
Now,
great.
I can't tell you what's in there because it's a cure. Yeah. But they were going green. Okay. Okay. So thanks for that.
Yes.
Like we said, like Jeremiah said, we're going to talk about the Health Restore program now, because the Health Restore program is designed to deal with all these things in one program. And we have what we call a Health Restore Club. Some of you on this show are in the Health Restore Club. And the Health Restore Club is very simple. You just join. The price is gonna go up. You know, the fuel's gone up in Nigeria, the food's gone up in Nigeria. There's so many things going up, so the price is gonna go up. So you've got one last opportunity to join the club. Now the club lasts for 1 year, and Sharon's gonna tell you about it. And you just pay one fee for the whole year, and you get to come on these programs. You get our meal plans that will help you if you have any of these lifestyle diseases. So Sharon, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. So
What
very
you like
time-
my green?
sorry.
My green. This is Go
We
Green.
love it.
Go green. Go green.
Cheers to
green.
you, Tony.
Go
Cheers.
green.
We're going green, we've gone green. Okay, just as Tony and Jeremiah mentioned, you know, we have this fantastic club membership. And as has been said, for the whole year, the subscription for a gold membership is only 40,000. So it's the whole year subscription. And what that gives you is 30 days of Health Restore meal plan. It gives you 30 days of the shopping list. If you can put it on the screen, please.
Did I get? Was I getting an order?
No, please.
Order.
I said please. Okay, Father's Day tomorrow. I know you're going to say it. Okay, so you get 30 days of shopping list, and you get a personal consultation with our very own Health Restore chef for 2 hours. 2 hours of personal consultation. Then we have weekly health and nutritional shows. We have the weekly one-to-one consultations and feedback, weekly health tips, discounts on lots of Salad Master products. We have, when we get our live school, cook schools up and running, you'll be the first to be invited, and you have a chance to win a Salad Master machine, food processor machine, which we'll briefly talk about later. And then we have something called our Best Food Clinic affiliate membership, which is how you can benefit from actually coming on board, being a club member, a gold club member, and you recommend people and you benefit from that. And you are the first to know of any new limited edition products. And at the end of it, once you've completed your 30-day Health Restore, you will be given a certificate of completion, which is a great thing to have, to say, I did it, I completed it. Okay, so that's the Health Restore Club membership. If I were you, if you're new, you're not on it, go for gold. The silver membership is 20,000 per year. And that's half of what I've already shared with you. So just an example. Yes.
Just a quick one. I think you said 6 months here for the silver membership. You said per year just now. I think it says 6 months.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry, 6 months. So you'll get half the time, the amount. So for the subscription, 20,000 will take you for 6 months membership. But go for gold because you have a lot more of things to experience, and you're all gold members, especially the fathers, the gold fathers. You are full. Yes.
Yep. So one thing is I can see a website address here. Is this where they register?
Yes, you can. I mean, I think Nikki, our coordinator, is going to talk you through the process.
Okay.
But there's a website there which you can register at, but Nikki will go into some detail about what happens next once you show an interest.
Okay. So I think thank you very much, Sharon, on that. Sharon's told you, Health Restore is a club. and you get to hear more information, like useful information like you heard today, like Sharon said. The website, as you can see there, if you want to register now, just type that down and type it into your browser now, and you'll get a questionnaire just to kind of ask you what your health goals are. And then also you've got the bank details. I'd suggest you pay now before the price goes up. Yeah, Sharon?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Fair warning. Do it today.
Okay.
Yes.
So over to you.
Okay, so now we have our wonderful coordinator for the Health Restore program. Nike, are you there?
I am here. Good morning. Morning, Madam Sharon.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Well, let's see you. Let's see you because we hear you, but we can't see. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
here. Want to spot me?
I think the next Father's Day show, that we're gonna have,
Next week.
is we're gonna take all the women out of the show. Yeah. I'm
That's
gonna put the
not
men.
fair.
Yeah, because I'm outnumbered. I'm the only father on this show right now. Yeah.
Where would the fathers be without the
Don't
women?
worry. Some of the fathers on the show, they will volunteer to come on with me on the show.
Great.
So over to you, Nika. Over to you, Nika.
Okay. All right, great. Good morning, family. Superfoods for Super You. How are we doing this morning? I'd like to start off by saying to all of our fathers, Happy Father's Day in advance. We're celebrating you with this show today. And we want to just, say thank you for going the extra mile, really, for those that you love and are responsible for. It's a huge job, huge task being a father. And thank you all for, playing that role so well. My name is Nike, and I am the coordinator of the 30-day Health Restore program. I'd like you to see me as your Health Restore companion. Yeah, I stay with you through the 30-day, your 30-day Health Restore journey, just to ensure, a smooth journey for you, to give you all the necessary supports and to ensure that you achieve, the health goals you set out to achieve at the start of the program. Having said that, I just want to, move on quickly to talk to you a bit about what to expect, once you sign up to the Health Restore. As you heard, Madam Sharon, say earlier, she talked to you a bit about, all the benefits for signing up to the club, and becoming your Health Restore club member. Now, once you've signed up, so very quickly, let me just run through, take you through the steps. You would typically get a call from me just to, let you know, to confirm registration. Payments has been received, and, just basically confirming your registration. Once that's done, I would send you a starter kit. This would typically be sent to your email, except you state otherwise. We'll send you that. In the starter kit, you have what we call your login details, which is comprises of your username and also your password, the personal username and password. This gives you access to your 30-day meal plan. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In addition to that, you would have the shopping list, just to basically get you organized, at the start of the program, to get you prepared for everything that you require to cook your meals. Next to that, you would have videos, the total of 90 videos, 3 videos a day, again, of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're about 2 minutes long, and they give instructions. This has been put together by an IT team, wonderful IT team, and the chefs. They tell you basically the how-tos, how to cook the meals, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the duration of the 30 days or also 15 days, depending on which plan you're on. Once that's done, that received, we also, we'll put a call through to encourage you to check your vitals. Yeah, at the start of the program, we always ask you to know what your health goals are. So depending on what they are, we ask you to check your vitals. It could be your height, your BP, your blood pressure readings. We'd ask you to check your cholesterol level. We'd ask you to check your sugar level. Again, depending on what your health goals are. Then also you'd get calls from me on a weekly basis, check-in calls just to find out how you are getting on the program. Madam Sharon and I would also be doing a one-to-one consultation session with you, where we just want to get a general feedback of how you are getting on the program, so that if anything needs to be tweaked for you as you go on the journey, on your 30-day journey or 15, that's done on time, just to help ensure that you achieve your goals at the end of the program. Okay, so moving on very quickly, I want to talk to you about the Best Food Clinics. I think you must have heard Mr. Tony mentioned. He mentioned that earlier. Yes, please.
Yeah, Janika, you shared a lot with us already. I can see your passion. Nika is the lady. She's the lady. If you want to get through something, just let her get you through it. She'll be your voice of encouragement. One thing I'll say to you all is, listen, Nika will call you, and she'll call you so many times, you probably won't pick up her call up after a while. Yeah, but you know why she's calling you. She has your best intention at heart, which is she wants you to have a high level of wellness. So when you're avoiding Nika's call, yeah, you're avoiding a high level of wellness, yeah, or you're avoiding your goal. So please listen to her carefully. I would say to everybody, look, don't think about signing up. If you haven't signed up, sign up. It's very cheap, and it's going to be more money later, yeah, and it lasts for a year, so there's nothing much to think about. And what Nika is sharing with you is the Health Restore program, which is part of the Health Restore Club. So once you join the Health Restore Club, the program is in that package, yeah, plus all your health tips and nutrition information and discounts on Salad Master products too. It's all in there, yeah. So it's a year subscription for the gold membership. All of us fathers are gold, so we're going for gold, yeah. So for Nika, you wanted to share with them about the Best Food Clinic. So the Best Food Clinic, Nika, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Mr. Tony. Yes, so in moving on, I mentioned about Best Food Clinics, and just as the name suggests, the Best Food Clinics is where we have the best healthy foods, yeah, prepared for you by our in-house chefs, wonderful Chef Jessica and Chef Rose. The Best Food Clinic was born out of a demand by our busy professionals who, have a passion for, healthy living, want to care for their health, but don't have the time, don't have, the time to cook for themselves or someone to cook for them. So we came up with this idea whereby the chefs would do the cooking for you and then would have it delivered to you, either the comfort of your own home or office. So we take the stress completely and entirely off of you. So now there's no excuse anymore not to have, your healthy meals for the duration of your Health Restore program. Okay, so that's what the Best Food Clinics is all about. If they have any further questions, you can put in the chat box below, or also speak to me anytime after the show today. Then also I want to share with you very quickly.
So one,
You're
very fast. You're very fast. Nigeria, we're slow. We like to take it easy. We like to take it easy. Don't give us any stress, please. Don't give us any stress. Let's understand.
Okay.
Let's understand the best. It's Father's Day. Let's give them some time. Let's give them some time. Yeah.
All right, sir.
Best Food Clinic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
sir.
Best Food Clinic. I've taken Sharon out of the picture because I was outnumbered. Yeah. Best Food Clinic. Let me understand something. We're saying here that they can actually have food cooked the right way, the right food cooked the right way, yeah, and therefore getting the maximum nutritional value of the food, yeah. So it's when I say that, is a lot of people don't understand that you can buy the best food and end up eating less than the best, because your nutritional retention of the food goes away. So when you're using, some of you that don't have Salad Master nutritional cooking system at home, if you can't afford it or you don't have it, you can use Best Food Clinic, because the chefs only use Salad Master to cook the food so that they can maximize the nutritional value of the food, and so that they don't cook with fats and oils. And also they make sure that if there's no need for water, they don't cook with water, they just retain the nutritional value. So that's the key thing. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that in Best Food Clinics, we take the best food, we cook it in the best cookware with the best chefs in wellness. And that's the key thing. And you get the best value. So over to you, Nika. Nika decided to take a break for a second. Yeah, Nika, over to you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so moving on, I mentioned earlier that we would be calling in regularly just to get feedbacks from you, see how you're getting on. So now I want to share with you testimonies, feedbacks from two of our, Health Restore participants that wrap up the program now, and wonderful testimonials that they shared. So this first testimonial is of a medical doctor who completed the program. She said that at the start of the program, her health goal was to defeat high blood pressure. And she noticed 3 weeks into the program that her BP readings had gone down. And after checking with her doctor, the doctor also confirmed that the BP readings had indeed improved and also reduced her medications by half. How wonderful is that?
Great, great. Yeah.
Okay. So in moving on, we also have this wonderful testimonial by our very own Mrs. Maduka. I don't know if we can have the video played, just so everybody can listen to what she had to say.
Okay. No problem. Everybody, have a listen.
Good afternoon, Madam Maduka. You have just become our completer of the 30-day Health Restore program. So share with us what kind of experience it was and how you're going to continue this healthy lifestyle that you've so enjoyed and engaging in.
I'm excited about this program. At first, when I got the idea, it was like, can I do without meat? And throughout my life, I can't remember taking a decision that says eat without animal protein. But when I saw this idea and I learned that it's going to restore my health, I got interested in it. And so I embarked on the journey. Sharon told me no cheating. And I said, yes, no cheating. And we went through the journey and I completed it without cheating. It's so exciting. While going through the journey, I realized that my BP that could not be stable at 130 became stable at 120. I'm excited about this program and I intend to continue. So I have taken a decision. I'm going to print out all the menus that were sent to me. I'll pin them in my kitchen. Everybody that cares to cook for me should look at the recipes and prepare my meal. Thank you so much, Salad Master.
It's been a pleasure working with you, Madam Maduka. I've had such fun talking to you about your journey, and I'm happy that you completed the program and you're looking wonderfully healthy.
Everybody says so. Somebody said to me today, say you are glowing. I said thanks to Salad Master.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, thank you very much. All the best for the future.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that was the second testimonial. I hope everybody was able to hear it. It was audible enough to hear. So that's for us to take with us that, the Health Restore program is doing amazing things from people. And we definitely encourage your feedbacks as you have them. And we trust that you will have, great results as well. It's a given as long as you follow the do's and don'ts of the program. Okay. So lastly, I'd like to share, we have the weekly healthy tips to share, and I would share with you just very quickly before I go, because I know time is against us. So I read, it says, cooking from scratch is the single most important thing we could do as a family to improve our health and general well-being. And I think, just as Mr. Tony had mentioned earlier, and I think also Nutritionist Jeremiah, that, cooking, how we cook our meals, is critical, to having, health, to having wellness. Yeah. So I would also even encourage us to watch we have presentations, Salad Master presentations, that you can watch, where we show you how to cook correctly, how to prepare from scratch, so that you preserve up to 93% of the nutrients in your food. Yeah. So on that note, I'm hoping you will take this tip, along with you into your day and into the rest of the week. And I just want to wish you a great week of wellness ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Nika. Thank you, Nika. And thank you. Very useful information about the Health Restore. Remember one thing, Jeremiah has come on the show and he's explained to us that our food can help us with regards to preventable lifestyle diseases and also preventable deaths from lifestyle diseases. The Health Restore program is there to get us started. Yeah, some people already get results from the Health Restore program, so that's a good thing. But fathers out there, one thing I'll say to you is, look, fathers, we don't generally take care of our health. Yeah, let us stop this thing where we react to illness. We wait for illness and we react to illness. Don't be ill before you start being better. Be well and well and well. So that's the key thing. So Sharon, anything for you on the Health Restore? Because Sharon's the head of the Health Restore program. Sharon, anything from you?
No, there's just a few things I want to share about what's actually needed and required. But yes, fathers, take care of yourself. We want to celebrate more and more Father's Days with you. So take care of you.
Right.
With your
Can
green.
Can you see the color of this? Fathers,
Yeah.
we need
You're
to go
looking
green.
You're
We
looking
need to
green.
go green. Look at my face, glowing green. You see, same as my face, glowing green. Can't be the same. Yeah, glowing green. What we need to do, fathers, is we need to grow green. Now we're running a 30-day green challenge, green delight challenge. I'm asking for every father, mother, daughter, sister, brother to get onto this program because, we don't generally look for good things for ourselves every day. But this is a chance for you to have one thing every day that's good for you. That means one thing that you're taking, that you are taking for one reason only, to be able to be healthy for that one part of the day. And that's our green challenge. We say that nothing on this earth can exist without the color green. Nothing on this world can exist without the color green. Green is life and green is oxygen. This is green. So that's what we're about. So I just want to share with you the program so that you can quickly look at it. It's a free program. Those on the Health Restore, there's some benefits you get extra about the program, but you can see our lovely chefs. These are our chefs from our Health Restore, from our Best Food Clinic. And they're making smoothies every day. If you're in a position where you cannot do 30 green smoothies or juices every day, or one smoothie every day for 30 days, then call on their services. They can make those smoothies for you and you can just drink it every day, just drink it. If you're like me, you can make it and then drink it. If you're busy like me again, you might not have time to make it, but you want to drink it. If you want to drink it, contact Best Food Clinics, contact Sharon, yeah, and see it. I'll just play the video so that you can see it, so you can hear it. I hope you can hear it.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Standing in line, just waiting all day. Too afraid to try and make a change. But now I realize I've got to be brave. Thinking out, why can't that be me? 'Cause I know I gotta show, yeah, what I'm capable of. Because I don't wanna be standing on the outside looking in. If I push through the clouds, standing on the inside, I'll see the stars. If you want it, shine, I'll make it. Well, I got the Wi-Fi girl, and all the roadblocks, they don't face me. Well, I just knock them down.
So that's it. That's the green. That's the green. I've had my green today. Yeah. Now, all of you on the show can witness that I had my green today, just to make sure, just in case you doubt that I'm having my green. Fathers, let's have our green. tomorrow, let's make tomorrow a green day for fathers. Yeah, health first, before your project, before your work. Don't be having high blood pressure and say, I don't have time to deal with it. Don't be having high blood pressure or cholesterol and say, I don't have time right now. Don't call me now. Somebody's calling you about your health or how they can help you, and you say, don't call me now, I'm busy, I'm busy. No, you're not busy. Because while you're being busy, having high blood pressure, the high blood pressure and the hypertension is being busy destroying your organs in your body if it's sustained for too long. Yeah. So while you're busy, if you have hypertension or high blood pressure, if you're too busy to deal with it, yeah, then guess what? The hypertension is busy dealing with you inside. And we don't want to get to that point. Okay, so Sharon, I just have to, with men, we have to talk tough.
I can hear.
Because we are business people. We are lions. We're the hunter. If you don't talk tough to men, let me tell you something. They will say, I'm busy. Call me tomorrow. Do you want to join the Health Restore program? I'm busy. Call me tomorrow. I'm in a meeting. Call me tomorrow. Yeah. But meanwhile, the lifestyle disease is busy, but the lifestyle disease is not calling them tomorrow. It's dealing with them today. So that's one thing. Okay. So Sharon, you want to share with us what we need, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Thank you for the tough words.
No, we're men.
Happy Father's Day.
We're men. We can handle it, man. We know.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. All right. So these are some of the trade tools that you would need to join us on our 30-day health program. So you'd need a very good blender. If you don't have a blender, one of your own blenders, we have blenders and the very best of our blenders available. So you just need to talk to the person who's invited you, or you can talk to me or Nikki. And then we can use this grater if that's what you have. And then we have a food processor. That's something that we can give to you for free, but you need to be doing certain things to receive that machine. And it's a wonderful machine. If there's anything that you should go for, is that machine. And then, as Tony mentioned earlier, we provide alkaline water. So when you're doing your Health Restore program, you also need the alkaline water, because we all drink water, but let's drink the best water. And then cookware, if you have your own cookware, that's what you can use, but we can show you how you can achieve some of the cookwares that we have that will allow you to have the best of the taste of your food. And we want you to know that we are preparing superfoods so you become a super you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Sharon, yeah, thank you. Let me talk with the men for a second. Quickly. Yeah. Look, on your left, on your left is the blender that you're okay with. On the right is the blender that you need. Yeah. On the left is the grater, that you can handle, you can cope with. On the right is the Salad Master machine, the world famous Salad Master machine that you need. On the left is the cookware, the pot that you have in your house. On the right is the nutritional cooking system that you need. Yeah. So guys, even if it's just one cookware, I was talking to someone the other day. I said, Tony, that Salad Master cookware, you guys, we're not asking people to buy it. We're just telling you, look, we need to tell you the best. If somebody knows the best, is it right to keep it a secret? No. Yeah, I have to tell you, even if the best, would it be more money than the one that's not best? Yes. But you know what? It's more than the best. It's not a pot. It's a nutritional cooking system. Yeah. A pot is there just to cook your food, regardless of what comes into your food, whether it be good or bad. A nutritional cooking system is to protect the integrity of your food, so that the food you buy is the food you eat. Yeah. With maximum nutritional value. And that's the key thing. Even if you have just one item and you keep just using one item, it's good for you, to have one item. I'm saying to all the fathers, every father in Nigeria and in the world, if you can hear me in the world, can you hear me in the world, fathers? every father in Nigeria, in the world, should have one item of Salad Master just to be able to protect themselves. You know, when you start being healthy in your household, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys, and the rest of your household is not interested, yeah, guess what? You become an alien. In fact, when you become healthy, you become an alien. Everyone looks at you like strange. What's wrong with Dad today? Oh my God, he started blending again. Oh my God. Dad, what's in there? Oh my God, there's no meat in there. Yeah. I am an alien in my own household. Yeah. Some people you can even, they don't even say anything. Some of my children or my wife don't say anything. You can see it in their eyes. Oh my God, here he goes. Here he goes. But guys, you know what? You only have one life. You only have one life. Yeah. Whose responsibility is to take care of your own health? You. Yeah. It's not your wife, it's you. It's not your husband, it's you. Yeah. Just hand. So that's why you do it. You know, if somebody is ill, if you're ill and you're on medication, yeah, you have high blood pressure, you have cholesterol. When you take that medication, do you give it to your wife that doesn't have high blood pressure? No, because you are the one with the problem. So when you have a problem, you need to start looking, your food has to be different from the rest of your household's food. If the food is the source of the problem, some of you are eating food together with your family, but you have a problem with high blood pressure or you have a problem with cholesterol. That is wrong. Because you need to say, look, you can still eat with the family, but I need to adjust my food for my condition. And that's what we're saying with healthy. So it's man talk, guys. All right. So over to you. The women on this call.
Great man talk, Tony.
The women on this call, forgive me, please. I'm giving the men. It's not for you. For you ladies, don't worry. Anytime soon, you can get the one on the right. But for men, get it now.
Well done, Tony.
Over to you, Sean.
Okay, all right. So now we have our June special month offers. So for anybody who signs up to the Health Restore program and becomes a member, all we're asking of you is to give us 3 referrals to see a Salad Master Nutrition home presentation and 5 referrals for them to see the Health Restore program presentation. And then once you've done that, you get this Salad Master machine for free. Isn't that easy? Isn't it easy? You can start today.
So all they have to do is sign up today.
Yes.
So all they have to do is sign up today. And that sign up today, because we're all gold men and all gold women, is gold, it's 40,000. And then all we need to do is refer people. And when 5 of them sign up, yeah, that's 5 of them pay 40,000, then they get the Salad Master machine for free.
Yes.
And then all they have to do is see Salad Master presentations. That's all. They don't have to buy, they just have to see it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Way to go.
That's the best way. Thank you, Salad Master. Thank you for sponsoring our program. Yeah. And thank you everything on that side. So just quickly, this is for men. I put this here for you men.
For men.
Your health is personal to you. Yeah. For women, your health is personal to you. So get a personal set. Yeah. And guess what? We're doing something special on the personal set in Salad Master. We are going to give you a gift, which is going to be a Salad Master gift if anyone invests in this set. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do for those of you. You ask me the price. It's not about the price. It's about seeing the presentation. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So one of the things that we've got to be careful about is, remember, we're talking about 2 things. We're talking about nutritional retention, making sure the food that you buy, when you eat it, it has maximum nutritional retention. Secondly, we don't want any toxins from your cookware entering into your food. So therefore, we actually will tell you how to test your cookware, or you can book a free presentation, home presentation to test your cookware, and we send one of our coaches, cooking coaches to you, or our health coaches, wellness coaches to you. Okay? Final.
Sorry.
You want to say something?
Yes, on the previous slide.
Yeah.
If somebody can kill two birds with one stone, they can actually be part of their journey of getting that Salad Master machine, as well as having their cookware actually tested
That's
through
right,
presentation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. 2 kills, 1 answer. And final, because it is Father's Day. Yeah. And guys, look at this thing. Look at me. I'm passionate about fathers because we only get one day. So guess what you can see there? What can you see there? Look at that. Look at me there. I am so animated here. Look, fathers and men. Now, guys, what? Before you say anything, I know we spelled illness wrong. It has 2 S's. Yeah. But you know why I spelled it wrong? Because I hate illness. So I misspelled the name. Yeah. Illness. I hate illness. So I treat it badly. Yeah. So guess what, fathers? Fight and prevent illness by being proactive in wellness. Go green on Father's Day. Go green on Father's Day and the next 30 days. Why? Because we care for men's wellness. Yeah. You can go to our websites and get more information. So that's it, really. That's us done. So guys, what we say, my green is finished. It's finished. There's not much left there. Finished. All this show, I've been drinking green. So guys, so Sharon, do you want to say a few last words?
Wow, what as I said, a bumper packed session today. There's so much information. We're going green. We have to go green. Join us on the 30-day Green Delight Challenge. As Tonya said, that's the way to go. Fathers, take care of yourself.
Okay. So what we're going
Day.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to unmute everybody in 1 second. I want to just say thank you very much for the fathers and mothers and the daughters and the brothers that came on. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you very much for showing care and attention that of subjects that are of interest to your men and your fathers. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on the show. And then I'd like to say to all the men out there, yeah, take your health seriously. Yeah, too many of us are going too soon. Take it seriously. Yeah, and I am going to tell every father in there, if I come to your house and you do not have Salad Master in there, one item, just one item, I will not eat. So please accept my apologies right now. Accept my apologies right now. I don't want to be explaining to myself when I come to your house. Yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing I'll say to fathers, if you have any illness, high blood pressure, hypertension, all these things, don't live with it, deal with it. Yeah. So we're going to unmute everybody just to say their bye-byes. Yeah. So thank you very much for coming on the show. Okay, let's go. Bye-bye, everybody. You're unmuted. You can
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
so
Bye. Happy Father's Day.
Nice, Sharon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Thank you
dear
for the
Dawn.
show.
Bye. Thank you.
Happy
Bye.
Father's Day in advance.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Mark. Bye-bye. 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 Azuka. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
gonna call you right
Emmanuel.
away. Bye.
Yeah, you're coming right away, yeah? You're coming right away. Have you had your green? Have you had your green? Don't call me if you haven't had your green.
I've always been having it, yes.
Okay. Bye-bye, Mr. Good Luck. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's just a Kike Lomo Da Oh. I get confused. Guys, you know what? Thank you very much, everyone. And guys, in advance, happy Father's Day. Take care of your health. Your health is number one. Take care of yourself. Stop living with it. Don't put your project before your health. You need to outlive your project. Yeah. Don't postpone your health. Don't postpone sickness. Don't postpone high blood pressure. Deal with it. Fry your meat without oil. Yeah. Get the electric skillet. Get the MP5. Get yourself a kettle that converts acidic to alkaline. And that's me. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Sharon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.